Marrying a single mother is a risky endeavor. And today I'm going to give you 10 reasons why you should think about it before you settle down with a single mother. Of course, I know I'm going to get a lot of bashing, but then here are some of the facts to consider before you settle down with a single mother. Because time and time again, it has been proven that it's very risky to settle down with a single mother. And number one, concern is raising another man's child. And from an evolutionary standpoint, men are biologically wired or driven to invest in their own offspring or children. So raising another man's child can create subconscious resentment as the man's resources and energy are directed towards a child who does not carry his gene or genes. And becoming a stepfather is not really good, especially for men, because men look to starting their families, not joining one. Yeah, so pumping your resources and time into another man's child sometimes also makes you look inferior. Yeah, and you are only becoming a stepmother or a stepfather, because you are the kind of man a woman would not settle with if she didn't have a child. Yeah. Number two, financial burden. Single mothers often come with a lot of financial responsibilities, including childcare, education, and other several expenses. And this can place a heavy burden on the man, especially if the biological father is not contributing adequately. So let's say, for instance, as a man, you are living alone and your bills were just coming to 10,000 a month. And when now you're bringing a single mother in, she's coming with a child. So the needs in that household are going to triple. Raising a kid is going to drive you bankrupt, especially if you are not a man of good resources. So, and that is going to put a lot of pressure on men and introduce unnecessary stress into your life. Because now you are taking care of two more people in your house. Yeah? And one of them is not yours. Yeah? Number three, of course, emotional baggage. Single mothers may carry a lot of emotional baggage from their past relationships, and which can affect the new partnership. And this could include trust issues, unresolved trauma, or even lingering attachment to the ex-partner, and this can create a lot of tension and conflict. Some of the single mothers that men marry most of the time come with a lot of trauma. And you can always see this, especially whereby you find that they are holding so much into the past. And also they will compare you with the man always. And they are being with you because they are comparing you with the man. That you are available, you can take care of the children, you can provide and all those things. And that's a baggage, because you see now, once you stop being those things, then she will move on. She will move on, yeah? So, and once you start behaving like her ex or baby daddy, she begins having trust issues that have nothing to do with you. But then what she's doing is she's comparing you with her ex, the habits, the traits, and trying to connect the dots. And that can actually bring a lot of tension and conflict. Yeah? And number four, of course, there are co-parenting nightmares or complications, whereby if the child's biological father is still involved, co-parenting arrangements can always lead to awkward or even contentious situations. And the new man or partner may always feel like an outsider and even struggle with boundaries, particularly if the baby daddy or the ex remains a constant presence. That puts a man in a very awkward position, especially whereby the man is always coming to see the kid or bringing presents or coming to take the kid out and all that. And these kind of interactions bring about a lot of tension and conflict because you feel like you are three in the relationship, and also you feel like an outsider as a man, yeah, because of the constant, presence of another man in your life. Number 5, the child comes first. Never forget that. A single mother's primary focus will always be her child, which can leave the new partner feeling neglected and even secondary. And this imbalance can always lead to frustration and dissatisfaction in the relationship. So that's another thing, that you are competing for attention with her child. But then the truth is, she will always give attention to the child. So you are coming number 2, yeah, to a child who is not yours. So you'll always feel like you are frustrated, because sometimes you can even try to have a good time or your own time, but then she needs to take care of the child, so the child comes first, and that brings a lot of conflict and a lot of frustration. So you'll have to know that she will always love her child more than anything else. She will always put the child first than you, and that can make you feel as if you are not loved, as if you are not prioritized, even as you give everything you have to those two. Number 6, also, there's a risk of being a backup plan. Yeah, and some men fear that they are seen as a plan B, or a stabilizing force, or rather a genuine romantic partner. This perception can undermine the relationship and can even lead to doubts about the woman's true intentions. This has been seen a lot, whereby women come to men like this as plan B, not because these women wanted this man, but then because plan A failed. So these women are just looking for a man who can be able to take care of the child, not necessarily because they like this man or love this man, but because this man has resources, is present, and is loving. Yeah, but then in terms of maybe attractiveness or charm, they are not there. The woman doesn't really like them that way. So, and that's what we call a backup plan. And basically what is happening, you are being used as a man. Yeah. Number 7, there's always social judgment. Of course, the society is going to judge you, whether you like it or not. Marrying a single mother can always attract a social judgment and criticism from family, friends, and society at large. This external pressure can strain the relationship and create unnecessary stress. So, as much as we try to say or hope that we won't be affected by external pressure, the truth is, most of the time is going to get into us. What people say behind our backs, what the rumors are being said, those things are going to always affect our lives, whether we like it or not. And of course, single mothers in many societies are frowned upon, and people are going to talk negatively. So if you are not strong enough, then it's going to affect you. And most men who marry single mothers are not strong enough emotionally. So they are going to undergo unnecessary pressure or rather stress by marrying single mothers. Then number 8, we have limited freedom, whereby single mother's responsibility often limit her or even the couple's ability to plan or even travel, socialize, or make spontaneous decisions. And this lack of flexibility can lead, or rather can make one feel restricted, yeah? Especially for men who value independence and, let's say, adventure. So it's a burden, yeah? It's a burden. And I usually say that the goodness of a marriage or a union is being able to enjoy uh, yourselves as a couple. But then, and that comes especially the earlier days when you have freedom, when you don't have responsibilities like children. But then now you are getting married with a single mother and you don't have the freedom to at least enjoy life before the kids. Here you have responsibilities, you are limited, you can't move around or travel as much because there's a kid involved who needs to be taken care of. And that will tie you down, especially if you are a man who values independence and adventure. So that's also something you need to. Of course, number 9, there are legal risks whereby if the relationship ends, the man may face legal complications, particularly if he has developed a bond with the child. In some cases, he may even be required to pay child support despite not being the biological father. Of course, these cases are there whereby a man is forced to pay child support to a child who is not their biological child. These cases are there, and the reason being that they have grown with this child, have been able to provide, this child knows him as the father and all those things. And it is really hurtful when you are paying for child support for a child who is not biologically yours. So you also have to know that the system and women are on the same side. The government or the law and the women are always on the same side, and the law is going to always side with the woman. So when you think you are winning, you will always be losing because the system will force you to do what the woman wants. And number 10, last one, mismatched priorities, whereby single mothers may prioritize stability and security over romance and passion. Of course, we say men are romantic, women are in business, yeah. So meaning if the man is seeking a more carefree or adventurous relationship, this mismatch can lead to dissatisfaction for both parties because this woman came into marriage for business, basically looking for resources to help her stabilize, raise a kid in a good environment, take the kid into good schools and all that, and have the lifestyle. Yeah? But then the man, wants to be loved, wants to provide, wants to also experience kind of some love and passion. But then you'll find that that's not the case. And these mismatched priorities, of course, are going to make men feel frustrated. And this mismatch can actually create a lot of tension between the two parties. So in case you want to marry a single mother, of course, then it's no problem because there are many other men who find fulfillment in marrying single mothers. But then the most important thing is you have to weigh the potential challenges carefully. So you have to understand these risks so that you can be able to make informed decisions or choices that can be able to align with your purpose, your values, your goals, and even your emotional readiness to handle such a situation. Yeah, I know you have more to say. I'm not against single mothers. There are those who are really well. But then, if you have more to add, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and even share. Cheers.